at 5, covering more news happening in Butler County.
Now, Channel 11 News starts with breaking news.
Good afternoon, everyone. That breaking news is in Spring Hill. We're told police are investigating a shooting and questioning a woman. Let's not waste any time right now and get right to Channel 11's Gabriella DeLuca. And Gabriella, what have you learned?
Well, Damani, police have just wrapped up the scene in the neighborhood behind me here. Not too long ago, they took down all of the police tape. We spoke to the commander. He told us that one man is in critical condition in the hospital and one woman has been taken in for questioning. I want to bring you back out to about 45 minutes ago so you can take a look at what things look like here on Rhine Street. We could see police putting down evidence markers near the sidewalk. Investigators tell us shot spotters notified them of a shooting near the housing complex here. When they got to the scene, they found one man shot several times. He was transported to the hospital and is in critical condition. Not far from the shooting scene, police took a woman into custody, and right now she's being questioned at police headquarters. As of right now, she has not been charged. We're going to continue to stay in touch with police throughout the day, and we'll have another update for you coming up tonight at 5 on Channel 11 News. Reporting live in Spring Hill, Gabriella DeLuca, Channel 11 News. Gabriella, thank you. Breaking news now. This is in Plum. A car veered off the road right into a pool. Channel 11's Mike Holden is live after getting a better look at the damage. I'm pretty sure a lot of damage out there, Mike.
Yeah, Damani, so I'd say over the last hour and a half, Plum Borough police and fire crews have cleared out of the area. But look at the aftermath. You can see that large gaping hole with the fencing as well as pieces shredded everywhere. The car has since been towed away, but we've had the chance to talk with people in this neighborhood, and they say what happened was terrifying. Channel 11 followed emergency responders as they rushed to this Plum neighborhood. They were called to Carrion Drive just before 8 this morning after a driver lost control, crashed through the fence, and plunged into the swimming pool. A person driving past spotted the broken fencing and submerged Chevy Cobalt, and they called 911. Plum Borough police and firefighters jumped into the in-ground pool and rescued the man. He was taken to the hospital immediately. Police confirm a person was home at the time, but they were not hurt. People in this area say the neighborhood is extremely quiet, so this was definitely shocking. They told me they're grateful no one was in the pool when this happened and no kids were at the bus stop nearby.
Oh, no, you don't even see that. It's an enclosed street, and the kids are all allowed to run out here in front because everyone knows everyone.
And Marcia, who you just heard from as you get a live look at the damage, said nothing ever happens out here. So many people had no idea what was going on until they spotted this. Now we're going to work to get much more information as well as updates on how that man is doing who is at a local hospital. Plus repair efforts. Look for the latest starting at 5 o'clock tonight. Reporting live in Plum, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
Switching gears now, severe with the Team 11 coverage now. Clouds are breaking, but storms could pop up later this afternoon. Meteorologist Scott Harbaugh has the timing of when all of this could happen. Scott, it was popping last night, and I guess this afternoon?
Certainly was a lot of wake-up last night for a lot of folks. And this afternoon, we'll see a couple develop, although I don't think coverage is going to be overly impressive today. Live look into downtown Pittsburgh right now. From 5 View with our tower cam, 78 degrees. We do have some clouds hanging in there. A little muggy right now, too. That dew point 66, making it feel like it's 80 degrees outside. Right now, live storm tracker, Doppler 11 radar, fairly quiet, not much going on anywhere across the area, but that will begin to change a little bit this afternoon with a couple showers and thunderstorms starting to pop. Updating some graphics right now to talk about the impacts I expect to see throughout the afternoon and the evening, and when a heavier round of rain could arrive in your neighborhood. Full forecast coming up in about 15 minutes.
Well, breaking this noon, Elizabethborough's former police chief admitted to stealing drugs from the evidence locker. Timothy Butler pleaded guilty to counts of theft, possession, and obstruction. As part of the deal, prosecutors dropped charges that Butler stole money from borough parking meters. Butler resigned from the police force back in December. A judge will sentence him in November. A new video of a water main break in Beachview. You got to check out the damage here, all that water. This is along West Liberty Avenue at Pauline, and you can see the road started to buckle there. And we're told it broke this morning, and about 15 people are impacted. Pennsylvania American Water expects to have service restored in just a few hours, folks. Well, new details on a shooting that left an 8-year-old hurt. That boy was outside at a party last night in McKees Rocks when he was grazed by a bullet. And new at noon, Channel 11's Jennifer Tomazic talked with police and learned about the scary moments leading up to this.
There's still evidence of a shooting today that disrupted a neighborhood here in McKees Rocks, and it happened just a block away from the police department. An 8-year-old boy was hurt, and so was a 17-year-old.
It's sad. It's really sad, ma'am.
This woman didn't want her face shown, but she has some good perspective on Hayes Manor in McKees Rocks because she grew up here.
It's never been like this before.
But she told us a few shootings this summer have really shaken her up. The one last night injured an 8-year-old boy who was hit by a stray bullet. Allegheny County Police tell Channel 11 that a 17-year-old was on Locust Street around 10 last night, right where there are several businesses, when two people got out of a car.
My understanding is as the 17-year-old was running away from them, they pursued him a short distance and continued to shoot, which behind him would have been the housing complex.
That's where police say an 8-year-old was outside for a party. They say a bullet grazed him. A really scary situation for the family, but police say he should be okay. The 17-year-old had more severe injuries with a bullet wound to the arm, but it is not life-threatening.
They got to do something, because it's going to get worse and worse, and I don't want to see that.
Police still haven't arrested anybody, and they don't have a motive for the shooting. We'll let you know if that changes. Reporting in McKees Rocks, Jennifer Tomazik, Channel 11 News.
All right, we got to take a close look at the picture right there on your screen, folks. This is Zaire Carter. Police say he's missing and they need help finding him. Zaire is from West Homestead. Police say he has a medical condition that needs attention. He was last seen at Western Psych in Oakland. Now, we expect to get new details today about the man who drowned in the Yaak River. The Fayette County coroner confirmed with our trib partners the man was swimming near Wilson Road in Perry Township. Now take a look here. Here's video from Chopper 11. The dive team said the current was slow. They could see only about 2 feet in front of them, but were able to recover his body. But new at noon, police served a search warrant and found drugs inside a home in Butler County. Police searched the home near the Clearview Mall in Center Township Monday night. During that time, police say they found heroin, crack cocaine, scales, and pipes. Our partners at Butler Radio report there is a warrant out for the arrest of Clifford Anderson. Let's turn now to Washington, D.C., where there's concerns about the economy. President Donald Trump says he is now considering tax cuts. NBC's Haley Jackson has the story.
Accusing his critics of a recession obsession, the president's downplaying a possible downturn in the economy.
I think the word recession is a word that's inappropriate. Certain people in the media are trying to build up because they'd love to see a recession. We're very far from a recession.
But he's not dismissing the idea of cutting taxes to help save people money anyway.
Payroll tax is something that we think about, and a lot of people would like to see that, and that very much affects the workers of our country, and we have a lot of workers.
Only 24 hours earlier, the White House had said a payroll tax cut was not under consideration. According to the president, it is, although not imminently.
Whether or not we do it now or not is, it's not being done because of recession.
So what is the payroll tax? It's the 6.2% you pay on what you make that goes toward funding programs like Social Security. When President Obama temporarily cut that tax back in 2011, it saved the average family about $1,000 a year. President Trump last pledged to cut taxes back during the midterms.
But we're going to be doing a 10% tax cut, another 10% tax cut for the middle class. We'll continue to cut your taxes.
But Congress would have to approve a new cut, and House Democrats almost certainly won't want to give the president a political win before next year's election. As President Trump now acknowledges it's Americans who could feel the pain in the short term to get more leverage over Beijing in the long term.
The fact is, somebody had to take China on. My life would be a lot easier if I didn't take China on.
And that was Hallie Jackson reporting. While a payroll cut might mean you save money in your pocketbook, it would have other financial implications. NBC reports it would mean a lot less money for Social Security. Meanwhile, the president is also weighing in on background checks for buying guns. It comes after the mass shootings earlier this month in Texas and Ohio. The president of the National Rifle Association said he talked with President Trump over the phone about the best ways to prevent these types of tragedies. At the White House, President Trump shifted the conversation to mental health issues and the Second Amendment.
A lot of the people that put me where I am are strong believers in the Second Amendment, and I am also. And we have to be very careful about that. You know, they call it the slippery slope, and all of a sudden everything gets taken away. We're not going to let that happen.
The president said he is still talking with Democrats on possible gun regulations, but wouldn't go into detail. Well, new at noon, a historic building in Oakland is up for sale. Our partners at the Pittsburgh Business Times report the 20th Century Club is looking to sell its 4-story building on Bigelow Boulevard. The club considered selling the building in 2011, but tried to attract new members. Reports say the building was built in 1910. Despite the sale, the club will continue to operate. Well, new at noon, Juju Smith-Schuster is talking about the possibility of the Steelers starters playing together Sunday night when they take on the Tennessee Titans right here on Channel 11.
To see how our chemistry works, playing all together at the ones. I don't know how much we're going to play, but, the amount of times that we get, we're going to try to make it work.
Well, Channel 11 is the only place to see the game Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Then stay with us for live post-game coverage on 11 at 11 right after the game. Well, Allegheny County is getting closer to setting up a countywide police review board. Today, leaders plan to consider the proposal at a meeting. For years, advocacy groups have called for a special panel to investigate complaints about police conduct. Those calls intensified last June when an East Pittsburgh police officer shot and killed Antoine Rose. In the past few months, there have been several police-involved shootings in Allegheny County. Those were in Penn Hills, Ross, Shaler, and South Park. Leaders say these recent cases have not influenced the current timeline of this proposal. Well, it's a wedding nightmare. Why couples are scrambling to find a new place to hold their receptions. People feeling uneasy. The flasher, police say, is terrorizing the neighborhood.
Expecting a couple of thunderstorms to pop up this afternoon. I'm updating the timing and locations on where those storms are going to fall.
You're streaming WPXI now, your source for original local shows. Check out the intense, action-packed world of esports. Top plays and interviews on Esports Weekly, Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. on WPXI.
Cover the news the same way.
Channel 11 covers news everywhere you live, not just downtown. More local news from more neighborhoods. That's a fact. Channel 11 News at 5, when you want news from where you live.
The 7-day forecast, now on your screen all the time on Channel 11 News.
Local brides scrambling to make plans after their reception location suddenly closed. We found out the business closed 5 weeks ago, but some brides are just finding out. Channel 11's Michelle Newell went to get some answers.
Our wedding is September 21st of this year.
It's a day Victoria Pinwell and her fiancé spent years planning.
We saved for that venue for 2 years.
Their wedding ceremony and reception are supposed to be here at the Cornerstone, but those plans were abruptly canceled.
Extremely frustrating.
Pinwell just found out a day ago.
$3,000.
That's how much money they are out.
Over $4,000 so far.
And that's how much this woman and her fiancé are out of.
We've been planning this for 3 years, so it's quite important to us.
She doesn't want her face on TV, but does want answers.
I was wondering, like, what happened? Are they still there? Is my wedding still happening? What is going on? It was mainly of what is going on.
We went to the Cornerstone to find answers. All the doors were locked except one. It's closed? Do you know where the owners are? The website for the company no longer exists. The phone number is disconnected, and Channel 11 learned the owners of the Cornerstone were tenants of this building. The people who own the property also own a hotel next door. We talked to their lawyer. He told Channel 11 the tenants stopped paying rent to the property owners, failed to pay fees to renew the liquor license, and now the property owners suing the tenants for back rent. We are also told the liquor license is suspended because the tenants failed to pay the renewal fee.
That was Michelle Newell reporting. The lawyer told Michelle he tried to reach everyone who made a deposit to help any way he can. Well, the wife of a missing Plum man is still hopeful crews will find her husband. Take a close look. This is a photo of Raymond Burns provided to our trib partners. He was fishing near Conneaut on Saturday when the boat began taking on water in Lake Erie and capsized. 3 other men were pulled from the water, but Burns was not found. The Coast Guard says the search is now a recovery mission. And here's a live look at Pittsburgh International Airport, where Southwest Airlines is officially cutting its route between Pittsburgh and Los Angeles. But it's not all bad news, folks. Southwest says they plan to add more flights to Atlanta, Chicago, and Tampa. The Southwest service from Pittsburgh to L.A. was suspended in June. It came after the second deadly crash involving the Boeing 737 MAX 8 jets. And you can still fly nonstop between Pittsburgh and L.A. on Spirit Airlines. Well, right now, a flasher on the loose and shady side. Police are telling us he exposed himself at least 6 times. And as you can see in this map right there, it's been happening where families are, like at a bike share and near the university school. Police say a man between his 20s and 30s has been spotted exposing himself, and we're told it happened at least 6 different times. People who live here say this is a very safe area, so hearing this is unreal.
We walk this road all the time. It's very shocking.
They need to be careful. I've lived for 35 years here, and I've thought about that for 35 years.
And this afternoon, we are working to get more information from Pittsburgh police and a better description of the suspects. Well, kids in Plum are returning to beefed up security. The Plum School Board recently hired its 4th school resource officer. Now the district has armed guards in every building. The new addition is a retired officer from New Kensington Police. In the past 2 years, the district went through 2 safety and security assessments. Officials said a lot of behind-the-scenes adjustments were made based on research. Well, the National Weather Service confirmed 3 tornadoes hit the state of Iowa in one day. Take a look and you can see all the damage here. The severe weather destroyed this building. The tornadoes hit yesterday morning near DeSoto, Lacona, and Tracy.
Really all you can say is wow until it personally happens to you, and you just can't really comprehend it.
And thankfully in all of this so far there have been no reports of anyone hurt.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
We had those thunderstorms last night. We'll see a couple more later today, but fortunately nothing like what is going on in Iowa the last couple of days. Here's the good news right now. No development back through Ohio and Indiana. Now, the way these thunderstorms work in this kind of air mass is there doesn't need to be a line of thunderstorms like there was yesterday. They're just going to start to pop up over the course of the next couple of hours. One thing that could inhibit that from happening, there's quite a bit of cloud cover. And because of that cloud cover, I'm not expecting widespread thunderstorms this afternoon. We'll get a couple to pop up, and the ones that do pop up could be strong, especially east and south of Pittsburgh, but this is not going to be a widespread issue this afternoon. Here's Storm Tracker, 3 p.m. today. Notice some thunderstorms trying to crop up, and again, the majority of them east and south of Pittsburgh. These areas of yellow, orange indicating some heavier red. heavier rain. Now, yes, there is one into Venango County and one into Mercer County, but notice a couple to the south of us at 5 o'clock and a big gap between, say, Westmoreland County and up along the I-80 corridor. Then as we head into the evening, a couple showers and thunderstorms wanting to pop north of Pittsburgh. Once the sun starts to go down, they really start to die out. Again, not everyone is going to get rain today, but if you do get a thunderstorm, here are my 3 main concerns with the thunderstorms this afternoon into this evening. Brief heavy rain, some wind gusts in excess of 40 miles per hour, and with some of the stronger storms, there could be some small hail. But I am not expecting widespread severe weather this afternoon and this evening, so plenty of time to get out, do anything you want to do. Just keep in mind, while you're outside, if you hear thunder, head indoors, find shelter. That means lightning is close enough to strike. 83 for the high temperature at 5 this afternoon. With the humidity, it's going to feel more like 87. Down to 67 tonight, evening shower or storm. And then tomorrow, showers possible from time to time, even a rumble of thunder. Don't expect a lot of thunderstorms tomorrow, but there could be some pockets of heavy rain with our front as it passes through tomorrow. Here's Storm Tracker. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, rain already in the area. Notice by the time we get to about 3 in the afternoon, line of showers, some heavier showers cutting through. This is our cold front pushing through. And a little wave of energy is going to ride along the front. So tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, could be some decent rain, maybe even a thunderstorm from Pittsburgh south. And that will last through much of the evening before finally beginning to push out early Friday morning. Friday, shower or two, especially south of Pittsburgh. Most of the area Friday will be fairly dry. Rainfall amounts through Thursday night. Most areas about 3/4 of an inch or less across the region. But keep in mind, some of the rain could be heavy tomorrow and tomorrow evening. 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. Showers south on Friday, 74 for the high. Then the weekend set up right now looks nearly perfect. 78 degrees with sunshine on Saturday. Sunday mostly sunny and a high temperature of 80 degrees.
Scott, thanks a lot. Be sure to check out the WPXI streaming app. We'll have constant updates on the forecast and today's top stories. And you can find it right now on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Just search WPXI. Well, a new mural is catching a lot of eyes and raising some concerns. Coming up, why the young artists say the message is so important. A last-minute deal to get buses to kids in one local school district. Why a contract dispute with the bus company could still impact the entire school year.
11 News at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Well, artwork with a message and some controversy as well. You can see painted images of children with targets on their bodies. Now, high school students in New Jersey say they were inspired by the deadly shooting at a high school in Parkland, Florida last year. Now, some people are worried about how seeing something like this could be disturbing to children. The young artists say that's the whole point.
Art is one of the most thought-provoking and also emotionally moving forms that we have, especially as students with limited access to power.
Well, the mural isn't quite done yet. It should be complete before the end of next week. Well, state police are looking for new recruits, but ones with 4 legs. They're looking for horses. The department relies on donations to staff the mounted patrol unit. The animals are used statewide for things like searches, crowd control, security, and patrolling remote areas. Well, the Franklin Regional School District has a new website. Officials told our trip partners they're excited about it. The new site features a revised directory, new teacher pages, and more user-friendly menu. Well, it was just a few weeks ago when they broke ground on their new intermediate elementary school. The $49 million project is on Sardis Road in Murraysville. The new building will house grades 3rd to 5th. Well, he served more than 20 years in prison for a crime he didn't commit. Now he's a free man. Coming up, what the judge did first that shocked the courtroom.
Plus, updating Storm Tracker right now to pinpoint which neighborhoods are most likely to see rain throughout the day.
Channel 11 Morning News takes a different approach to preparing you for back to school. To help you through your busy morning, we bring you live weather and traffic updates every 10 minutes. You can count on our team for dependable coverage of breaking news and the important stories happening where you live. Kick off back to school with Channel 11 Morning News, and you'll see the difference. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7 a.m. Have a great school year. News 11 at 11. 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
Students in the Elizabeth Forward School District will get an extra 2 days of summer vacation. It's because of a dispute with the bus company. Channel 11's Shelley Borst explains the arrangement between the company and the district.
School will start on Monday, August 26th.
Behind closed doors, both parties argued their sides to a judge. The end short-term result was this. Students in the Elizabeth Forward School District will start school on Monday and, most importantly, will have school-provided bus transportation.
She has entered an order basically having an interim period of 3 weeks where the parties can attempt to reach a negotiation.
During those 3 weeks, Pennsylvania Coach Lines will bus students to and from school, even though it says its contract with the district expired months ago.
We're going to try to negotiate a contract that replaces the contract that expired June 30th of 2019. This will be a new contract to replace that contract.
Sunstein issued a formal statement. In part, he says, we remain optimistic and continue to welcome the opportunity to reach a formal long-term agreement with the Elizabeth School District's appointed officials with a prescribed time frame and look forward to serving the district's transportation needs into the future. Both parties agree this is the best case scenario for the students. Getting 2,400 kids to school with a day's notice is impossible.
We have to get the routes together, get drivers arranged, get the information out to the parents. It takes time.
Shelley Bortz, Channel 11 News.
We're getting a break now, but more wet weather is on the way. Meteorologist Scott Harbaugh is tracking when a thunderstorm could pop up later on today. Scott.
Yeah, don't change any plans because most areas are not going to see much rain during the afternoon, but we'll get a couple thunderstorms to start to crop up during the middle of the afternoon. Temperatures right now primarily in the 70s, although we have 81 degrees in Beaver. 79 right now, Greensburg, 74 in Butler. Live storm tracker, Doppler 11 radar, a couple very, very light sprinkles off to the west. One into Beaver County as well right now. Should head up towards Darlington area, northwest Beaver County near Chippewa. A couple of sprinkles, that's about it. 2:30 this afternoon, few thunderstorms starting to pop, but notice the coverage. Not fantastic throughout the afternoon and into the evening, so very limited activity today. Getting the dogs out today, could be a quick thunderstorm late this afternoon. Better chance of heavier rain tomorrow. Updating the timing on when that arrives. Full forecast coming up in minutes.
All right, Scott, thanks a lot for that. Well, a judge ruled search warrants in the investigation of a missing Unity woman will remain sealed. Well, that's according to our trip partners. Cassandra Gross has been missing since April of 2018. A judge ruled documents relating to the search for evidence will stay sealed for at least another month. Her estranged boyfriend, Thomas Sanko, was named a person of interest in that case, but has not been charged in her disappearance. He's behind bars on an unrelated case. Well, Channel 11 told you last weekend family and friends led a final search for Cassandra's body in Unity Cemetery, but didn't find anything. Well, new details about a deadly train accident in Washington County. We learned a person was crossing the tracks in Charleroi when they were hit. Now, this happened around 10 o'clock last night near 7th Street. Police in Norfolk Southern are investigating this. They have not released the victim's name. The president of a Washington County Youth Soccer League is under federal indictment. Agents raided his California borough home late last month, taking his cell phone and laptop. But Channel 11's Renee Wallace found out this guy passed 3 background checks.
For the first time in years, the youth soccer season in California, Washington County will kick off without its league president and coach. On July 31st, Timothy Cribbins, who heads the California Youth Soccer League, was indicted by a federal grand jury accused of sex offenses involving a minor. Federal officials seized his cell phone and laptop from his California PA residence.
It's always surprising and shocking when we find out that someone in the soccer community has been arrested or indicted for these types of behaviors.
The executive director of PA West Soccer Association, which provides support and guidance for area youth soccer clubs throughout our area, including Washington County, said Cribbins has been suspended indefinitely.
As soon as we found out about the indictment, we did, per our policy, suspend him indefinitely pending the outcome of his hearing.
Channel 11 read through the 2-count indictment, which alleges in December of 2018, Cribbins did knowingly transfer and attempt to transfer obscene matter to another individual who had not obtained the age of 16. According to officials at PA West, there is no indication the alleged victim was involved with or played youth soccer. McCoy told Channel 11 Cribbins passed 3 rigorous security clearances.
We do follow the state law there. Mr. Cribbins did have those 3 clearances when he was cleared and approved to be rostered. And then, once we find out about an incident involving a coach, then we take the appropriate action.
Renee Wallace for Channel 11 News.
A man is free after serving more than 20 years in prison for a murder in Carrick. A jury found Scott Godesky not guilty yesterday after new evidence led to a retrial. In 1997, he was convicted of killing Brian Marina. He and another man were both sentenced to life in prison. Now, this is something you don't see happen a lot when covering trials. The judge ordered Godesky's handcuffs and shackles to be removed right in the middle of the courtroom.
Kept fighting. It's just kept fighting and just gave him faith in the system until now.
The state parole board argued Godesky's previous parole violation could affect his release, but the judge said he had already served more than the maximum for that charge. Well, this has a lot of people talking. Dick's Sporting Goods could soon stop selling guns. The Coriopolis-based company has been testing the idea since last fall, and those stores didn't lose any money. They plan to announce their decision tomorrow, and if you have the Channel 11 News app, we'll send you that decision straight to your phone. Well, last year, Dick's stopped selling assault-style rifles after the Parkland school shooting. Walmart is suing automotive and energy company Tesla. It comes after Walmart says solar panels caught fire on 7 stores. In the complaint, Walmart accuses Tesla of negligence. Walmart installed Tesla solar panels on more than 240 stores. Now the company wants Tesla to pay for the damage from the fire and remove the systems. Well, there's an opportunity to do some good this weekend, and all you have to do is lace up those running shoes. The Run for Joy has become an annual event. Its mission is to shine light on postpartum depression. Stephen Diachille dedicated his life to creating resources for his new moms after his wife Alexis lost her battle with postpartum. Now, we're told that last year, we told you last year when he helped open the new prenatal mental health center at West Penn Hospital. Well, this weekend, the foundation created for Alexis will host its 6th Run for Joy at North Park.
For dads, check in, ask the questions, just, and ask the hard ones. How are you emotionally? How are you, how's everything? Not just don't assume.
Well, the race is Saturday morning at 9, and if you're interested, you still have time to register. Well, should cell phones be banned in class? There's a huge debate across the country right now. Coming up, how one district is handling the question. And a pilot forced to make an emergency landing on water. We'll show you the amazing rescue that was captured right on camera.
school forecast every morning on Channel 11 Morning News.
Our lives are immersed in technology, but as kids head back to school, some think smartphones are actually distracting students from learning.
You're here to learn, you're here to work with your teachers and students, and we started getting away from that because of these devices and how addictive they could be.
A new survey found 95% of American teenagers own a mobile device. 70% admit to checking social media several times a day. A school in Silicon Valley is having kids lock up their phones so there's no way they can get them until the end of the day.
Last year, a lot of people just spend lunches looking at their phone, not talking with each other. But this year, it's everyone there's nothing else to do but talk.
Well, there are exceptions, including for medical reasons. Other than that, each phone will be stored in a pouch for the entire 8 hours of school. A man forced to make an emergency landing in the ocean in California. You got to check this out here, folks. Amazingly, he and his passenger were able to escape and get help. The man said he lost all power and couldn't get the engine back up and running. After the plane sank, he took video of the two bobbing right in the ocean there.
I would guess we probably didn't have much more than maybe a minute or two from the time, I figured something was wrong until we hit the water.
Very lucky there. There was another plane in the area. That pilot called for help. The Coast Guard called the whole thing a miracle. Well, it seems like there's an app for everything these days, but do you know what you're approving when you download one? Coming up, what you can do to avoid apps from accessing your personal information.
Two big shots of rain over the next 24 hours. I'm tracking which one is going to bring you the heaviest amounts in your neighborhood.
You're streaming WPXI now, your source for original local shows. Get the inside scoop on all the hot events, entertainment, and celebrities in and around Pittsburgh every week. Stream Access Pittsburgh on demand anytime on WPXI. To school with Channel 11 Morning News. Have a great year. This is Channel 11 News 11 at 11. Accurate details, experienced coverage, trusted weather source.
I'm tracking a strong storm moving into Greensburg.
All in the first 11 minutes of our newscast. Count on Channel 11 News 11 at 11 tonight.
Well, Facebook is making good on a promise. They've launched a new tool to let you stop them from getting outside information about you. You can simply turn off the feature that allows Facebook to track your activity on other websites and apps. But right now, it's only available in South Korea, Ireland, and Spain. No word on when it will come to the U.S. Well, there are millions of apps in the Google Play Store for Androids, and when you download one, do you give the app permission to access things right on your phone? Our consumer advisor, Clark Howard, explains why you don't want to do that.
There's a new report from CNET where researchers have found that 1,000 popular apps on Android phones are actually going beyond permissions that you may have given and stealing information from you. They're even piggybacking on other apps on your phone. Here's what you need to know. When you download a new app to your phone and you're given those choices, what permissions to give, don't give all permissions. One thing in particular, never give permission to your microphone. Only if it prevents an app from working at all do you want to go back and change that setting. We just by rote go yes, 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 yes. Don't do that anymore because these apps, a lot of them make money spying on what you're up to. You want to make sure you only give the permissions necessary for that app to work to protect your privacy. I'm Clark Howard.
Thanks a lot, Clark, and you can see more from Clark Howard on our streaming app. Just search for WPXI on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Well, using e-cigarettes just one time can hurt your health. That's the word from Penn researchers. They had 31 non-smoking adults take 16 puffs from an e-cig. Researchers found it reduces blood flow in large arteries and blood vessels. Now, this comes as the leading e-cigarette company is being sued. Juul is accused of illegally marketing to kids.
Advertising makes it look like it's cool, it's sexy.
Well, a 19-year-old is suing. He says his asthma got worse after he became addicted to Juuling in high school.
Just like tobacco did with the Marlboro Man or Joe Camel. E-cigarette companies are targeting youth.
In a statement from Juul, they say they market to adults only, but they'll work with lawmakers to reverse the trend of kids using their products. Well, you may be running into more traffic on your morning commute this week now that schools are all heading back. It also means more officers will be patrolling school zones. The Pittsburgh Police Department is launching a 2-week enforcement campaign. They'll make sure all flashing school zone signs, parking zones, and timing lights are working right. They'll also meet with crossing guards, so just be mindful of the buses and, of course, the kids out there.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Here we go, just in the last 20 minutes, starting to pop a couple of showers in eastern Ohio right now. Live storm tracker Doppler 11 radar with a scan through Washington, Greene County right now. There's a couple pockets of moderate rain already. This is west of Steubenville in Weirton right now. And as we go through the next couple of hours, we'll see a couple more of these start to crop up. Visible satellite, they're actually going to start to form in these areas where we have some clearing. The problem is with the lack of sunshine today, or abundant sunshine, doesn't have really that trigger to destabilize the atmosphere anymore. So it's hard to get the convective activity going, but it'll start to pop up this afternoon. Temperatures in the low 80s this afternoon, tailing off to about a very muggy 75 by 10 o'clock tonight. Look, we have about 36 hours more of humidity, and then we're really going to cut the humidity down as we head toward the weekend. Here's Storm Tracker, 3:30 this afternoon. Small clusters of showers and storms starting to pop up. Again, not expecting a lot of widespread severe weather. Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma actually just shoved the risk of severe weather to the east of us. Doesn't mean that we couldn't get a storm with some heavy rain, especially up toward the I-80 corridor, down toward the Mon Valley through about 5, 6 o'clock this evening. But widespread thunderstorms for this afternoon into this evening don't look likely. And once the sun goes down, we really lose that daytime heating. We lose that extra trigger mechanism we need to get those thunderstorms to pop. So much of the evening will be quiet. Main concerns with any storm that does pop, some wind gusts in excess of 40 miles per hour. These will be fairly fast moving, so I'm not overly concerned about a flooding threat. Pirates home against the Nationals tonight, 7:05 first pitch. Mostly cloudy skies, muggy tonight. Temperature 81 at first pitch, 75 by the time we get to the end of the game. Down to 67 overnight tonight, and again, a stray evening shower or storm. Then the bulk of the night should be quiet. Tomorrow, showers, could even be a couple rumbles of thunder Not as warm tomorrow because cloud cover is going to be abundant and the rain's going to start earlier tomorrow out of the northwest. Notice by 10, already raining in Beaver County, Lawrence County, northern Butler County. Pockets of rain moving through the area during the afternoon with our cold front. And some of this rain will be heavy despite the fact we might not see much in the way of strong thunderstorms tomorrow. Overnight tomorrow night, heaviest rain from Pittsburgh south. Generally stays there and is pretty much gone by first thing Friday morning except south of the city of Pittsburgh. Thunderstorm chances during the day tomorrow anywhere south of I-80. 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. Still could be a couple pop-up showers Friday, mainly south of Pittsburgh. 74 for the high temperature, and then the weekend looks nearly picture perfect. Mostly sunny skies, 78 degrees for the high temperature on Saturday. Sunday's high 80 and overnight lows into the 50s this weekend. Damani?
All right, Scott, thanks a lot for that. Well, it's video you don't want to miss. A bear got inside a home and headed straight for the fridge. The lesson 2 teenagers say they learned after this encounter.
Johnson and Peggy Finnegan on Channel 11 News at 5.
Well, two teenage boys said they learned an important lesson after finding a bear right inside their vacation home. Check it out here. The teens were watching TV Saturday at the home in California when they heard loud noises coming from the kitchen. Turns out, oh yeah, there's a 250-pound bear, black bear, raiding the refrigerator. It got in the house after they left the garage door open.
We started hearing a noise. And I said, my mom would not be aggressively opening Tupperware at 12:30 in the morning.
Well, the teens called 911 and a deputy shooed the bear out of the house, and they will keep their doors locked from now on. Good call there. Well, a high school senior in Texas did not let anything hold her back, not even homelessness. Listen to this. This is an amazing story. Sarah Escobar and her family moved more than a half a dozen times during her senior year. Eventually, they ended up in a shelter, sometimes sleeping in a van. Sarah not only stayed on top of her work, she managed to finish second in her class.
I actually started crying. I was so excited. And then I kind of got scared because I knew I'd have to speak in front of like 1,000 people.
Wow, That's a testament to commitment there. Now, once her community found out, they stepped up and donated money for college. Sarah plans to pursue a career as a dentist. And for her, I guess anything is possible. Well, that's all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast is tonight at 5. And you can get breaking news updates anytime right on our streaming apps. Just search for WPXI on Apple TV, Roku, or Amazon Fire. Have a great Wednesday, everyone.
Pittsburgh's Chief Meteorologist Stephen Cropper tracking the weather in your neighborhood.
This is Take 5.